What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Dolly Dots. Indeed, I had gone longer between the last Dolly Dots reaction and the one before that than I intended, so I mentioned to Shafiq that my plan was to come back around for another one much quicker than that, so here we are. We're still going through the American Dream album, 1980, and the next track is another single from the album, We Believe in Love. It sounds positive, it sounds hopeful, meaning if love is so obvious and you're feeling it in everything that's happening and the relationship has no issues whatsoever, then you don't really need to believe in it. It's just evident, it is clear, it is empirical. So to say you believe in love at least acknowledges the possibility that love doesn't always work out, or you might not always feel it, or relationships can go off the path, or people can fall out of love. But to then still believe in it, to be convinced of the desirability of love and that it is indeed still possible, offers an optimistic and positive approach or sentiment. So yes, I feel like it's a bit emotionally nuanced, but it is an admirable opinion to hold, and one that perhaps does require belief in relation to the complicated nature of human interactions and relationships in a practical sense. So either way, I expected to have some bright sonics and vocals. Of course, I might be wrong in that regard. Maybe it's a heavier ballad type of tune, but I wouldn't think so. In any case, let's give it a listen. This is the Dolly Dots. The track is We Believe in Love, and it's a single from their 1980 album, American Dream.
I believe that love is there for giving. I believe there's love enough to share. There's no need for sadness while we're living. There's a need to love and need to care. We believe that love is there for giving. We believe there's love enough to share. There's no need for sadness while we're living. There's a need to love and need
That's cool. I thought I was wrong like 10, 15 seconds into the track. I thought, oh, it actually has a feel of a bit of a slower ballad-like track, but then it did explode with some energy. Sonically, I gotta say, that reminds me maybe more of an ABBA tune than any other song I've heard from them so far. Not only in terms of the multifaceted composition, I think we have a mandolin in there, we definitely have a true piano, I think there's some other keyboard moments. There's like a flute type layer, there's some strings, I think there's an acoustic guitar, so yeah, a wide variety of sonic ingredients in this aural feast. I do also enjoy in particular that rushing, like upward swing of sound as it goes into the chorus. I like the sentiment. It's actually a little more nuanced than I thought, and it's actually on a bigger scale, even if it is all also personal. Meaning, it sounds like they're saying that for every human, there's a capacity to love, and it's part of what being human is. You have love to give, you have love to share, and you should do it while you're still alive. If you're alive, then you have every reason to embrace love and not to let yourself be sad or lonely. Now, obviously, in practice, that can be more complicated. There's not always a situation or another person that is readily evident to be in a relationship with, but I don't think the song is strictly limiting it to romantic love. There's the idea of we're alive to care, so whether it's familial love, platonic or friendly love, or just a love for our fellow man, so to speak, I think it is a bit more general, even if maybe the core of what they're talking about is about being in love and finding a relationship that is romantic or intimate in that way. But yes, I think it's making a broader statement and speaking about the emotional character of the human species and each individual human, and again, their capacity to love. So it is very optimistic and forward looking in terms of not letting yourself get stuck in a sadness or a depression or a loneliness or, just going through life looking out for yourself. I think it is appealing to the better side of human nature, and again, maybe specifically also saying, you shouldn't let yourself feel lonely. There's love to give, you have love to share, even if you're not aware of it or if you're not feeling it in a given moment. There's a couple moments I think they have some really nice vocal deliveries. There was one that was like the lead vocal early on that it really had a great quality to it. And then in the end, there's some nice extensions where I think it's either all of them or multiple of the members singing these long extensions as the track works its way to the end. So a really nice composition. I like the different ingredients sonically. I like the sentiment of the tune, very admirable, and I like the vocal performance. So as I said, any tune that reminds me of ABBA, I'm going to be fond of, and this one came closer to doing that than maybe any other Dolly Dots tune that I've heard so far. So a top one, absolutely enjoyed it. I completely see why this would be a single. Once again, shout out to Shafiq. Let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Peace.